Howdy, cruisers. Welcome to today's edition of Under the Covers with yours truly. On the entertainment episode, yes, some great comments. I do want to acknowledge Virgin for making a big play for some different and unique entertainment. They did pull it off, although I will have to point out that Virgin really wants a consistent experience across all of their ships. So the show is the same on at least 2 ships, and I think it's the same on the 3rd. We don't know about Resilient yet, but we'll see. So yeah, they points for having unique shows, but a couple points taken off for having the exact same show on all the ships. But hey, that's their decision, and I kind of know why. But just back to Norwegian, something I realized when I sailed on Norwegian. No, my God, not even. When I sailed on SS Norway, when it was Norwegian Caribbean Line, way back in the ancient times, they had guest entertainers on that sailing. On my sailing, they had Rita Moreno performing on board, and back then she was a pretty big deal. Cruise lines, yes, there you go. Start bringing back some guest entertainers, like mini residencies, on your ships. How amazing would that be? So, yeah, I just do want to point that out. And the thing about the clip shows is they're no longer differentiators. I was talking with other guests around dinner, and somebody actually called them factory shows, and they're right. Yeah, they do come from these production company factories. So, yeah. Well, anyway, well, great feedback on that. So that's what I think. Oh, and by the way, Norwegian, did you think we wouldn't notice the moving stage? Speaking of Virgin and their unique entertainment offering, do you think we wouldn't notice the moving stage from Virgin? I'm just... Anyway. However, even bigger news for some of us, Margaritaville is expanding. Who called it? Me. I called it. Okay, not a stretch. Margaritaville, the organization, is a very large company. So the fact that they want to get into a new industry like this, not very surprising, and they have the money to do it. So it looks like they're buying what will be the former Costa Fortuna and converting her into a Margaritaville at sea ship. Now, Margaritaville, I just want to maybe point out this class of ship, what's the Conquest class and the smaller one, Destiny, whatever, it's a little weird on the inside. I gotta tell you, it's got some odd design quirks that, I don't know, you might have some trouble working around. I'm sure you can. If anybody can, I'm sure you can. I'm just letting you know. But the reason we're talking about this is what are they going to name her? They have not announced anything. All we have officially is the sort of silhouetted image of what is now Costa Fortuna in Margaritaville-ish colors. So I thought, what could they name her? What could our next Margaritaville at sea ship be called? And unsurprisingly, yes, I will be there, of course. Really, do you even have to ask? All right, so here is what I came up with. Okay, some obvious names that might be a little bit too obvious or might be used other places, right? So they could call her the Margaritaville at Sea Beachcomber, but there's a bunch of hotels called the Beachcomber, and I don't know. The Margaritaville at Sea Surf Rider. Okay, we get it, but there's a famous hotel in Hawaii that's very similar. They might not want to, conflict with that. Or they could go with a very safe choice, maybe give it a very weekendy vibe. Maybe call her the Margaritaville at Sea Saturday. Right? That's a little different, something to consider. But no, I'm not suggesting they have ships named after every other day of the week. I mean, the Margaritaville at Sea Tuesday, that's just, does not roll off the tongue. Okay, if they really wanted to go out there, like if they just wanted to like screw it, we're naming our ships after Jimmy Buffett, and we don't care what people think. They could go with the Margaritaville at Sea Volcano, okay, or the Margaritaville at Sea Hurricane. Yeah, oh God, that means those grads are going to be even more insufferable. But I looked at the Pantopia? No, that's Busch Gardens, of Jimmy Buffettness, and here is what I think would be excellent names for the next Margaritaville at Sea ship. The Margaritaville at Sea Latitude. Right? Okay. You know, the whole play up the whole changes in latitude vibe aboard the ship, or I know some people might think this has I don't want to say negative, but like they don't like the connotation. But what about the Margaritaville at Sea sunset? There you go. Okay, those two are my preferred names. I'm sure they will do a fantastic job of naming their new ship, and I cannot wait to book the inaugural sailing of Margaritaville at Sea sunset. That's what we're going for. Well, that leads me into the perfect closing. If you book the inaugural sailing of Margaritaville sunset, I'll see you on board.